Okay guys, yeah, this is a Spider Quad. I've just loaded 3.1 onto it, transferred some settings, give it a quick check. So yeah, I'm just going to see what it flies like compared to 3.14. I'm not going near 3.15, it's just, I'm sure it's just overtaxing the processor. So yeah, I'm filming this flight, the first one instead of the second like I have for the others, because hopefully the settings aren't screwed up, but if they are, you might want to see some fun. So let's see, yeah, let's see if it flies on 3.1. Yeah, it seems a lot gentler that way. It is a bit windier now, so I really wanted a bit of wind to test it, because I know with the 3.15 it was really flying funny. So it's good that there's a bit of wind so I can actually do a bit of a comparison. Yeah, just back to a QAV 250. Yeah, I was very impressed. Nice little compact, had LEDs, built-in distribution board. The new Hobby King got some new Turnigy motors specially for it. They had also stocked the Gemfan props. So yeah, talking to the guy, he said yeah, it was a bit hard. FPV was hard to start, but yeah, he's now used to it, and he was buzzing it around. He had a couple of close calls. I heard him yelp a bit on one, and I said, no worry mate, you're still 2 feet off the ground. He said, oh shit, it felt a bit closer than that. So yeah, he said getting the height right and everything was a bit of it took a while, but now he loves it. So, and he only had like a 25 milliwatt video transmitter on it too, and I said, man, how much range do you get? And he said, no, it's still good for about 500-600 meters, which is more than he needs. He was just up floating around, going in between trees and that. He did actually have one crash, hit a low-lying branch, but only damage was a couple of props. Motors were alright, the GoPro had a ding in it, but it was okay. And a couple of new props, he was off and running again. So yeah, maybe something that I'm going to have a look at. It's just small, so you can throw it in your car and have a bit of fun with it. So yeah, I will definitely have a look at that. Alright, let's get pushed around a bit, as you can see, drifting because of the wind. Altitude hold. We're going to loiter. See how it holds loiter, because it is blowing a fair bit. I know 3.15 was terrible in the wind on loiter. It was really bouncing all over the place and moving. This one, you can see it fighting it. As it has to, because the wind's blowing right to left, and it's probably, I don't know exactly the strength, but if I turn it off and turn it back into stabilise, you'll see. So the wind is pushing it around a fair bit. But so far there's really nothing to say that it's any better or any worse than 3.14. So I'll go in loiter mode again, I'll bring it down a bit lower. Yeah, Brian, if you need help with that, yeah, your loiter, man, yeah, like I said to you this morning, you've got to make sure, I'll try and get a video, I'll get it down. Hear the beep there, I've got my centre beep set on the throttle. So if you have a look there, my throttle is dead centre, okay, and it's just sitting there. Now if you need actually that's, better keep an eye on that. Maybe GPS is going a bit funny because it's pretty close to a tin shed. But I'll take it out further from that tin shed. That was interesting. Alright. It is wandering around a bit now. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully it's not a GPS glitch, or maybe the transmitter was a bit close. Yeah, so if you have it set centre, it's going to sit at one height. Now if I move it up one notch, which is where you said you need to hover, it's rising. So maybe what you're doing is you're actually flying around hovering, which is, I think you said you were hovering a bit above centre, and then when you turn into loiter, you're leaving it in that spot. So if I go back to a beeps, that's centre. Okay, it stops. So maybe that's your problem. If not, and just check that. If not, then you have to go into your full parameter list, and you have to check that trim throttle and transfer that setting to your throttle mid. But I got a sneaking suspicion that because you hover it above centre, what you're doing is switching into loiter.
5 minutes.
And your stick's still too high, and that's why it's rising. So as I was explaining, I've got the centre beep set, so if I'm flying with my glasses now and I can't see, I want to look down, I can lower the throttle. When it beeps, I know it's centre, and it'll sit there. So yeah, that's something for you to look at, Brian. GPS is a bit weird, so I don't know if I want to risk a mission, an auto mission, but it seems to have settled now, so I might, I'll just check return launch, return land, and see if that works. If that works, then I'll give it a crack at a mission. I know where I know where I armed it. It's right on a junction of a diagonal line and a straight line, so we'll see how close it is.
6 minutes.
If it's actually too far away, I won't even bother doing this mission. Oh, I don't even think it's going to land, is it? Maybe I'll set my parameters to, I haven't set my return to launch altitude at 0, so it's just sitting there. Alright, well obviously I've missed that in the parameters, so I'm going to have to change that. I just might try it again. Yeah, weird.
Return to launch.
Yes, I'm sure my return to launch altitude must be set at 15, not at 0. So what it's doing is going back to launch spot, spinning around, going back to 15 metres. No, now it's flying away. Okay, this isn't good.
7 minutes.
No, I'm going to take it out. Wow, that's a worry. Maybe I'll disarm and try again. Alright, this is where it took off from. Whoa!
Altitude hold.
Oh, I landed an altitude hold, you dickhead. Well, at least I know you can do it. Oh, it's a dock moment. Alright, let's rearm. I'll make sure everything's back. Yeah, landed in altitude mode. I didn't even think you could do that, but obviously you can. Alright, let's rearm. And see what happens this time. Alright, let's do it now. Now it's flying away again.
8 minutes.
I don't know what's going on there. Might be the GPS, I have no idea. No. I'm going to take it out of that. Something isn't right there. Something's really wrong.
Altitude hold. Loiter.
Yeah, strange. I obviously dodged up the settings somehow. Maybe it's back to 3.14. Unless, like I said, the GPS is that bad that it's not getting a fix.
9
I'll have
minutes.
to have a look at these logs when I get home. But yeah, something's not right there.
Altitude hold. Stabilize.
Go back into stabilise. Unless I've got it set for mission. I don't know. This is there. But like I said, it's flying okay. Apart from that weird won't return to land. Okay, well this is going to be the last pack of the day. Yeah, I can't trust this to do a mission when it can't even do a return to land. Obviously GPS is not real good at the moment. Well, that's my thinking anyway. Alright, I don't know. Yeah, I probably won't post this whole video. Because it'd be shit boring, but as you can see, yeah, something's not quite right with my setup, so I'm going to have to go back and check the settings. It's 3.68, yeah, low voltage is just about to pop in anyway. Yeah, loiter's, well, it is pretty windy, so loiter's probably not holding that bad. Alright. It's like it's not changing in the modes quick enough for some reason. It's flying alright, it's just like must have a setting wrong or something.
Low battery, 3.6 volts, 14.5.
I'm going to go into... Yeah, I'll try one more return land and see what happens this time.
11 minutes, return to launch.
Nah. Going back into stabilise. Alright.
Low battery.
Obviously something's wrong, so I'm just going to bring it back in and I'll call that a day and I'll have a look at the logs and my settings and see if I've done something wrong. Okay guys, well that was interesting. Looks like I'm going to have one battery left over, but that's okay. I shall go back and look into that. Alright, thanks for watching.